I can edit this out. What's going on, guys? So I'm here today right now with my daughter Taylor, and she is becoming a yoga practitioner, and I hear her in her room every morning practicing yoga. So I wanted to invite her here today to share some of what she's learning. One, to tell them what it is that you've learned and what you're going to be doing.
Well, yoga for me has just been really great in developing my flexibility and actually just helping me with learning how to relax just in my everyday life. So he asked me to help you guys with the same sort of thing. So I put a little something together that I think might help.
A little flow, as they call it in the yoga world. So Taylor's going to take us through, and I'm going to go through right along with you guys. So listen, set the tone, put some music on. Look, our dogs are going to be here. My wife is going to possibly come home at any point, and we don't want you to think it has to be such a perfect environment, right?
No, just whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah. So I'll let Taylor take it over, and here we go, guys.
Cool. So I'm just going to have you guys start standing up. I'm going to be sideways so you can see my body position best. So I'm just going to have you reach your arms up to the sky, and I just want to make sure you guys are focusing on your breathing and just stay relaxed throughout the entire time, and try to coordinate your breathing with your movement of your body. It'll help you a lot better with your flexibility. So you're just going to inhale your arms up high. I'm going to have you exhale down. It doesn't matter how far you can get, you just want to get a nice stretch in your hamstrings and also get a nice release in your lower back. If it helps you, you can put your hands on your shins. It takes a little bit of the pressure off your hamstrings. Make sure you're breathing in. Focus on breathing in through your nose and exhaling out through your nose as well. You can drop again. And you can go ahead and grab your elbows and kind of just hang here if that's accessible to you. Rock back and forth a little bit. Remember to breathe. You should feel a nice release in your back. Just let go of all the pressure. A lot of times we build up a lot of stress and tension in our upper backs because we sit all day if you work at a computer or a desk. And have you come up again on your shins. And I'm going to have you bend your knees and then drop down your upper body. Release your neck, let go of any tension. And I'm going to have you just roll up slowly. Your neck's going to be the last thing to roll up. I'm going to have you inhale your arms up to the sky again. And then I'm going to have you stretch to the right so you can grab your left wrist with your right hand and just pull to the right. You're going to feel a nice deep stretch in your side. Do that on the second side. And then I'm going to have you drop one more time down. You're going to bend your left knee, open up your chest, and bring your left arm to the sky and look up. Should feel a nice twist in your back. And if it's too much to bring your arm up, you can just drop it down. You just want to open up the chest to get a little bit of that stretch. And we'll switch to the other side. Bend your right knee, open up your chest, and lift your right arm. Look up if you can. If it hurts your neck to look up, you can look down. And you can drop your right arm. And like my dad was doing, if it's too much for your hamstrings to have them straight, you can definitely bend them. And then now, I'm going to have you guys come down to your knees.
Adjust the camera.
He's just going to adjust the camera real quick. We're going to come into something called child's pose. You've probably heard of it. So you're just going to come down onto your knees. Then you're going to come forward and just relax and put your forehead to the mat. you want to take this a little bit further and get a stretch in your hips, you can open up your hips and come down. And then I'm going to have you walk your hands to the right and get a nice stretch in your left side. Make sure you're breathing in and out. The goal for this is to be relaxing, so if the stretch is too much, just take your time and you can skip a stretch if it's also too much for you. And walk your hands to the left side, same thing. Go ahead on the mat. I'm going to have you come to the middle and you're going to come on all fours. And you're going to do something called cat and cow. You're going to arch your back and look up. And now you're going to round your back and look down. We're going to do that a couple times. Inhale, look up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then now we're going to come into a neutral spine, and you're gonna make like a C with your spine. So you're gonna try. The goal is to try and bring your shoulder to your hip. So you're just making that nice little arch in your spine.
Oh yeah.
Switch sides. Do this a couple times. And if it feels good, you can just like play around with your back a little bit. Nice movement just to loosen up your back. And we're gonna take your right arm and thread it underneath your left arm. This is one of my absolute favorites. And you're gonna put a little bit of pressure into your left hand and push into the mat so you get a nice twist in your back. Make sure you're breathing through these ones. A lot of times it's easy to forget to breathe, but it's very important you do. We'll switch sides. You're going to bring the left arm underneath the right. Press into that right hand. Go ahead and come on up. And now I'm going to have you do something sort of like the child's pose we did earlier, but instead of coming all the way down, your legs are going to stay straight, and you're just going to rest your forehead on the mat. Make sure your back isn't arching. You want to keep your belly button tucked in and your back straight. And if you want to get a nice stretch in the shoulders, you can drop your elbows down, put your hands together, and fold your arms. Bend your arms. Breathe into your shoulders. Go ahead and put your hands back down. Come back up. And then I'm going to come to a seated position. You can put your legs however feels comfortable. I'm just going to come into a cross-leg seated position. We're going to do a little something to stretch out your neck. This is really good for my neck. I'm always really tense in my traps in my neck. So you can just drop your head to the left. And then you're going to bring your right hand out to the side and just kind of like spider your fingers onto the mat. If you want more, you can bring your hand to your head and pull just a tiny bit of pressure, not a ton. And then to hit different spots in your neck, you can lift your hand off the mat and just move it and kind of feel the different spots in your neck that it's going to stretch. Hazel, downward dog.
Perfect, Hazel. Good job. Oh.
If you want to stretch a different part of your neck, you can drop your chin down. Oh, that feels really good right here. It's fun to feel the different parts of your neck when you move your hand around. We'll switch sides. Drop your head to the right. Bring your left hand out. explore that side of your neck by moving your hand around. Drop your chin if you want. Alright, then bring your head back to the middle. I'm just going to have you wiggle around a little bit just to release any tension in your back. My back always cracks a lot when I do this. And then we're going to come into a seated twist. So you're just going to take your right hand, bring it back behind you, take your left and put it on your knee, and look back behind you. If you want to get a little bit more of a stretch, you can always push into your knee a little bit more. And we'll switch. Remember to breathe. Alright, and come to neutral spine. Bend your knees, and you're going to take your right foot and bring it over your left knee. It's going to get a nice stretch in your glute and your hip. If this is a little too intense, you can lengthen your left leg so it's a little bit less tension on your right glute. If you want a little bit more, bring it in a little bit closer. Have your foot flexed so it protects your knee. Just kind of explore how that feels. Different distances of your feet does different things to your muscles.
This feels right good right here too. Going.
Just play around a little bit. Loosen up your muscles. That's what the goal of this. So whatever feels best for you. And we'll switch. Same thing on this side. You can explore and play whatever feels best. Wiggle around. Have you come into a forward fold position. So you're just gonna extend your legs out and just lean as far forward as you can. Don't freak out if you're not getting as low as I am. The goal is just to release tension in your hamstrings and in your lower back. Even if you can only get here, this is great. Just put your hands on your shins. Go as far as you can. Remember to breathe. And we'll come up and then I'll have you guys lay on your backs. And you're just going to extend your left leg and bring your right knee in and pull. If you want to bring a little bit of stretch to that hip, you can pull the right knee out a little bit, open up your hips. This always feels really good. And then we're going to bring this into a twist. So you're going to take your right knee and bring it over your body. Have your right knee, if you can, bring it to the floor. If not, however far you can go is great. And to take it further, you're going to take your right arm, open up your chest, and look out to the right. This is a great twist for your back. Definitely focus on your breathing for this. The more you breathe, the more you relax, and it'll allow you to go further in the stretch. For those of you who are a little more flexible, you can bring your left leg and intertwine it with your right. Just a little bit deeper. And we'll go ahead and switch. So you're going to extend your right leg. Ooh, tight. And pull in your left. Open that up if that feels good. You'll notice one side will probably be tighter than the other, so just be mindful of that and make sure you don't push too far on one side because you could do it on the other. And we're going to go into the twist on this side. Whew. My left side is always more tight than my right, so open up that chest, look out to your left. Make sure to breathe. You'll notice the more you relax, the deeper in the stretch you'll be able to get. We'll go ahead and release. And I'm just going to have you bring both your knees into your chest and just hug. Nice counter pose on your back. You can roll around a little bit. Feels really good. And I'm going to have you drop your knees and you're going to grab your knees with your hands. And you're just going to make circles with your knees. It's a nice little massage on your lower back. Do a couple, however many you feel like doing to the right. Just do the same amount to the left. Now I'm going to have you guys come into just a relaxation pose called Shavasana, and you're just going to extend your legs. Let your feet fall out to the side. You're going to bring your hands out to your sides, palms up. And I know my dad told me he wanted you guys to relax this week and get some meditation in, so if you want to just sit here for 3 to 5 minutes, just focus on any intentions you guys have for your week, any goals you want to make. This is a good time to focus on those and just kind of clear your mind. So just relax, close your eyes, and stay here as long as you need to. whenever you're ready, I'm just going to have you roll over to your left side. And then you're going to take your right hand and just press yourself up. And then pat yourself on the back because you're all done. Good job. Good job.
That was really good. It's funny because the last time I did yoga, I had this really emotional experience at the end, and I was focusing my intentions on my mom and putting out light and love into the world. And it's amazing when you get the opportunity to just kind of let go like that. It's very healing, and I don't mind sitting here crying in front of you guys because it was my little girl here that just led us through this, and I was so proud the whole time, thinking how awesome this is. So this was an exercise for me that was much needed, and as much as I'm giving it to you, this was intended for me specifically for a multitude of reasons. One, this release of energy that I always have building up in me, and this is a beautiful release of that energy that felt so good and so relaxing. So thanks. I mean, and then also I realized how tight I am. I always like to think I'm such a flexible guy, but I'm flexible in one way. I can go straight down in a straight line. But when you start moving and doing all those different directions, you see muscular imbalances, right? Yep. And all sorts of stuff that your body really needs. So guys, we're all at different levels. We all have varying skills. But it doesn't matter. We can all attempt to do this. So what would your recommendations be after they're done? You know, water intake and all that sort of stuff. What's a good way to kind of begin a yoga practice?
I don't know. I would say just start slow. Just doing some very simple stretches. I know after I do yoga, I like to just chill afterwards and just kind of let it soak in. Otherwise, if you just do yoga and you're straight into some stressful situation, to me at least, it doesn't seem as productive. Definitely drink lots of water, maybe have a good snack afterwards. I love to do yoga in the morning just because it sets my day off right. It puts me in a good mood and gets my body loose and just prepares me for the day. But it's also really good to do before bed. I also love to do it before bed too because it's super relaxing. And a lot of times I could just do it in bed and fall asleep while I'm doing it. But also YouTube is a great tool if you really want to get into it. You can just look up beginners yoga for men if you'd like, and there's a lot of useful stuff out there. And I'm also here too.
So guys, if you want Taylor to come back and do this more, again, this is so awesome for me to have this experience right now. And I'm really glad I got to share it with you guys. So that's it. Love you, boo-boo. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. Enjoy. Do that when you can, man.